Hey, I'm Billy Harris. You're hanging with Harris. So we're in Seattle this week, and I thought it'd be perfect to come into a Starbucks. And you're wondering who this guy is standing next to me. This is my very good friend, Anthony Carroll.
Hi.
I heard you know a thing or two about coffee.
One would say, yeah.
One would say, which
I've been
is
in
good.
coffee for, well, with Starbucks for about 15 years now.
15 years in coffee.
Yep, working on the quality team for about 8. And in my current role as quality manager for about 5 years now or so. We taste all the coffees and develop all the blends for all the locations across the world.
So you start off in a store
Yep.
and you're like, this is cool, I love
Yep.
the taste, I love the flavor, I love the brand, I love the product.
We do tasting panels.
Sure.
Right? So I was on the initial panel that came up with the vernacular that we use to describe coffee from a consumer perspective.
Right. Is it part of also my whole experience? What does it taste like? What does it smell like? What's
exactly.
the flavor?
Yeah. Quality's paramount. Right? The customer experience in the store is paramount, but quality coffee is paramount to what everything that we do. Coffee tasting has a long history at Starbucks in general. You'll oftentimes see tastings starting a meeting.
Sure.
So this is an idea of how we kind of keep the culture of coffee alive at Starbucks.
Right.
Let's go ahead and taste the Starbucks way.
So this is the Kenya coffee.
the Kenya coffee. This is our core Kenya. So let's go
Kenya.
ahead and smell first.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay.
Smell. Any initial impressions about that coffee?
I think when you tell me what I'm smelling, then I'll know that that's what I'm smelling.
Okay, so let's go ahead and taste, but we're going to slurp, just like you would with wine. Yeah, there's all kinds of different ways you can do it, right?
Do I twirl? Was I supposed to swallow
You
it?
can do it however you want. So any comments on this coffee?
Tart?
It is tart, yes, very
I
good.
got
Kenya is known for a real tart acid.
Yeah, so
It's
I got
almost
the
it's
tart
almost
acidity
like
right
grapefruit.
away.
It's almost like grapefruit, right?
Correct.
I mean, there's a real citrusy note to it. It's a little bit floral, and you know the body's actually pretty big. I mean, it's kind of sticky. It's a little bit weighty on the
getting
tongue.
all that.
Yeah, so that's Kenya, right? A great single origin coffee we offer year round in all of our stores. Sumatra.
So this is Sumatra.
Yep.
This is Kenya. All right, hang on.
This is going to have lower acid.
Right.
But the body is bigger, right? There's
Correct.
more body to the coffee, and the flavors, the intrinsic flavors are a little bit different. And that's because of origin and the way that it's actually processed. How this flavor is actually created is because you skip the fermentation process. If it's not fermented, you get this lower acid.
Right, so the
more
fermentation
body.
obviously raises the acidity up on the Kenya.
Right.
Got it.
So intrinsic flavors of Kenya are very citrusy, you know, good body, some more of that floral aspect.
Sure.
Sumatra intrinsically is more herbal, more earthy, but you accentuate that by virtue of the way that it's processed.
Okay, and you can totally taste the difference
Right.
when you're sitting here doing a tasting.
Yep.
You're like, ooh.
This is when we find a coffee that comes into our tasting room that the tasters go,
It just
wow.
blows you out of the
Yeah,
water.
we
Just
go, wow, this
put a
coffee
cherry on top.
is
This is
amazing.
it.
Yeah. So with this program, and we've been able to find those coffees in the past, however, we haven't had the perfect program to actually bring them to the customer. In this case, we started Starbucks Reserve so that we could bring these really rare,
Over the top.
exquisite,
So
exotic coffees
is
to
it
the
rare?
customer.
Will it not be around forever?
It's
Is it
very possible. Yes, there's limited
Right.
offering,
Okay.
and you may never see this coffee again.
Totally different deal. Hang on. You get the acid.
What does that
we're
tell you?
drinking-
What's the processing?
The processing is that it was fully
washed.
washed.
Yes, good. Excellent.
Yes.
You're learning. Good. Acid. It's
Yep.
got some floral complexities. There's a little bit of like maybe a dark chocolate finish there. It's a little bit like dryish on the finish. So you get a little bit of that kind of dark chocolate
So you hit
dryness in your
this one, you
finish.
get the dry, and you get the chocolate notes
Right.
on this. Totally
Yep.
different. There's definitely no chocolate.
Right.
It's less acidic, but it's dry.
Right.
A
Yeah,
lot drier.
right.
It is.
And
We
so
had like
this-
smell-o-vision
Yeah,
at home.
and
or-
it's perfect.
Yeah.
Great descriptions. So, and that's what makes this coffee really beautiful. Peru, I mean, is a great origin for us.
Smoother, too.
But in this case, yeah, I mean, it's very balanced.
Yep.
And it's got these really great intrinsic flavors.
Really
to
good.
it. Colombia is an origin that's been very, very important to Starbucks for a very long time.
Sure.
We've used it in our blends. I mean, it was on the menu in 1971, I believe.
Right.
So we've been using Colombia coffees for a while. So in this case, we've
great
tasted
packaging.
a lot of Colombia coffees. In this case, this one really just
Another
really
one, the
blew
taster
blew
tastes this,
yeah.
and you're like, whoa.
Right. Well, taste. The balance is a little different than the Peru. So this is going to be a little bit more of that dark chocolate. This is a little bit more nutty.
Definitely
It's a
less on
little
the chocolate and
right.
more on the nutty.
And there's even like an herbalness to the coffee as well. So here you have, you know, all coffee, all very different from each other. but
And you-
all just really great, amazing single origin coffees.
I heard there's an amazing brewing flux capacitor machine
yes, the
here.
word's getting around now.
Word is getting
Yes,
around. Some
yes,
sort of
good.
state-of-the-art
Yes.
Daisy, not Daisy.
I believe you're referring to the Clover Brewer.
The Clover
Yes,
Brewer. Tell me
yes.
about the Clover
Yeah,
Brewer.
well, the
What's-
Clover is it's a machine that we've had in our stores for about 4 years now. I always describe it as being very gentle. So it's actually kind of a press pot
Sure.
in reverse. The vacuum's actually going to drop down inside the machine. You're going
Okay.
to pour the grounds on top. Water is actually poured on top of the grounds very gently, and then it's actually stirred a little bit to actually agitate,
Sure.
get everything
Sure.
wet. You know, it's going to pull the water through the grounds, and it's going to pump the coffee actually out through the bottom of
So
the
it's like a
machine.
reverse French pressy
Yeah, it's
kind
exactly.
of thing.
It's very clean, but the body is very good. But the flavors, because of the way that it actually brews, the flavors are really, really vivid in the cup. So if you think of amazing coffees with amazing flavor put through this really amazing brewer, I mean,
Perfect
it's serendipity,
plus
right?
perfect.
Yes, I mean, it's an amazing cup
It
of
is
coffee.
serendipity. They have the state-of-the-art machinery. If you kind of notice behind me, we are in a Starbucks here in Seattle. You'll notice that there's a lot of wine glasses and beer glasses. This is a brand new concept store as
Yep,
well.
yep.
Talk about a customer experience. So we're serving wine, we're serving beer.
Yeah, it's a great compliment to our
It is a
coffee
great
offerings,
compliment. So
yeah.
people come in, you have a little wine, then maybe want a little coffee, and you know, to top it all off, because you're having so much fun, this is right here at Starbucks.
Yep.
A little cheese, a little salami, some crackers, some almonds, and cranberries to complement your day in this beautiful new Starbucks. So, Anthony, I can't thank you enough.
Thanks so
You've
much.
been hanging with Harris. Was it good for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. We loved hanging with Harris.
He loves hanging with Harris, and we love hanging with Harris at Starbucks. Thank you, Seattle. We'll see you real soon.
Yeah.
It's good coffee.